Hi everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the 72nd episode of Geekdom Live. My name is Christopher Lee. I'll be your host for today. Today joining us from Kinetech is Michael Guido. Say hello everybody, Michael.
How's it going, everyone?
Getting right into it. Kinetech, tell us a little bit about your company and how you guys built it and a little bit of background about yourself.
Sure. So Kinetech was started in 2014. We really had a vision to focus on cloud technology for small to medium-sized businesses. My partner and I used to work in kind of Fortune 500 consulting and really got fed up with multi-year $10 million implementations that actually never went live, or when they did were outdated. And so we focused on cloud technology where the business services are done as a service.
Okay.
And so that our interests are aligned with their clients to support them kind of continually and innovate on their behalf so that they're encouraged to renew their license.
Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah, providing that service, bridging that gap, that's definitely something that, some people who may not have the knowledge to do so definitely need, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking of the challenges that people may face, what are some of the challenges that you faced with your business, kind of building it up, and then of course maybe some advice that you may have for entrepreneurs who are coming up nowadays?
Sure. I think one of the most challenging things as an entrepreneur is figuring out how to prioritize your time, because initially when you start out, it may be you or a small group of people, and there's a lot of things to do. So understanding what's most important for your business at that given time. Typically that starts with generating revenue so that you can sustain your growth. If you're not ringing the cash register, that means that the market maybe doesn't necessarily value what you're doing. So figuring out that product or service you're going to bring to market first is critical. And then how do you prioritize your time there? I think also finding the right people to complement your skill set. So if you're technical, then maybe you need business development. If you're business development, you need technical, marketing, sales. So all of those things are critical to the long-term sustainability of a business.
Absolutely, yeah. Helping that maintenance and keeping that longevity is really is a new challenge all in itself. So that's awesome that you're helping people with that.
Yeah.
Also, you guys work with CivTech. Can you tell us a little bit about the process and how you got to the selection point to work with the Department of Human Services?
Sure. So when the CivTech program came out in January, we saw it in the San Antonio Business Journal and got really interested in the 10 challenges. I think we applied to 3 with Animal Care Services, Department of Waste Management, and Department of Human Services. Ultimately, we were most excited about the Human Services Challenge because it directly impacts the people in our community who are most at risk, within 125% of the federal poverty line. So helping bring accessibility of the programs that are already available within the city and making it much easier for the clients, the citizens of San Antonio, to be able to access those services in a way that is user-friendly and also can increase the service available to them, so through notifications and things like that. So it's been a wonderful experience so far working with the city. I think being able to understand how the city operates, also the rigorous kind of security requirements that are necessary to be able to provide enterprise solutions, and understanding the city's approach to those things has been certainly a positive impact on our company.
Nice. And immersing yourself into the city of San Antonio's community kind of brings me to my next question of the community of Geekdom. Your company obviously has immersed itself in the community of Geekdom. How do you feel that you've given back to Geekdom, and then also how do you feel that Geekdom has given back to your company as well?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Geekdom has been a huge part of Kinetech's success. I think right out of the bat, just having affordable office space to be able to meet, have a professional environment, to get out of your house or apartment and to have an attractive place to work and attract talent has been critical for us. Obviously, the networking with some of the different successful entrepreneurs who have been in the community has been definitely a huge bonus. And then as far as giving back, we were one of the companies that originally applied for a Venture for America Fellow. So in the inaugural year, bringing someone here, we've also done Students Plus Startups. We had 3 interns, which has been great, helping develop the local tech talent pipeline from the universities in the area has been wonderful. So I can't speak highly enough of Geekdom and what it's meant for Kinetech, and as far as what's on the horizon for Kinetech, I mean, we're hoping to be a Inc. 5000 company by 2020. So
Nice.
To have a safe platform to kind of support that growth has been critical for Kinetech.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can, kind of help you in that process. And of course, working hand in hand together is really something that we here at Geekdom or just anywhere in the local community are trying to build up, because we're always trying to go onwards and upwards with each other, and it's nice that we can have partners in the support system to do that with.
Absolutely.
So speaking of the local community, man, I know that there's a lot of great places that people can hang out at, kind of see. What are some of your favorite places, either like get coffee, lunch, if you're doing business meetings, or just hanging out with your friends? What's a good place downtown that you like? Because I'm fairly new to the downtown area. So.
Sure. So I mean, seeing the kind of revitalization of downtown has been amazing. I think the first thing that comes to mind is, Pearl. I think people go down there and have a great time. There's a lot to do for families and young professionals and everyone in between. I think one of my personal favorite spots to hang out, though, is actually the Alamo Brewery. Just have some great kind of outdoor sports, bag toss, beers. Obviously the bridge is a nice viewpoint. Also, growing up in San Antonio, I've always loved to go to the lakes and rivers around the area. So I know they're not directly within the city, but having that access from here is, particularly when it's hot outside, it's nice to get out and be out in the water. So.
Yeah, we definitely get a lot of heat here, so being around the water is gonna be great. Building your company, finding successes in the avenues that you've had. I know before we started the Geekdom Live broadcast, you were telling me that you have a young son, and that challenge of becoming a father. How do you feel that has benefited you in your business mind frame?
Well, if you didn't have something to work for before, you definitely do. I think having a child is similar to starting a business. You're never really quite ready for it until you do it, and then you kind of figure it out as you go. It's been a transformative experience. He's so happy all the time, and it's been amazing just watching him, grow from this tiny little thing I could hold in my hands to now he's almost pulling himself up now. So it's pretty amazing, and my wife's a great mother, so that makes things a lot easier.
Well, teamwork for sure, right?
Absolutely.
Makes the dream work.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michael, I thank you for joining us today. Thank you guys for joining us here at Facebook Live for Geekdom Live, 72nd episode. Tune in next week for our 73rd episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.